I guess it's not exact, hey? There is one that's 70.55. So in 1975, the energy consumption was 70.55. So again, they're finding E of x, they want the x value then. Is that 1975? Identify the longest interval where E is increasing. And so this might be looking at the graph, but then also looking at the table and trying to determine exactly the longest interval where E is increasing. So I'm assuming it's like kind of from here to here, but I'm going to kind of use the graph to double check that it's increasing that whole time. So what is that, like in 1958 it started?
Yes.
So yeah, it was at a low point there. So 1958 to what? 73, because then it started going down again. So that's the interval where it's increasing, that chunk of time where it just kept going up. So 58 to 73. Longest interval where it's decreasing. When do you think that happened around? 79, does it look like decreasing? So 79, it was at a high, and then it started going down for a little while. 79 to, is it 83?
Yeah.
And then it started going back up again. So the graph is helpful, but probably in this case the table might be more useful. They want their relative maximum value in the interval 1970 to 1980. So this maybe goes back to, sometimes you hear about people talking about certain things working well during certain presidencies or during certain times in our world. Like what was our relative maximum between 1970 and 1980? So again, either looking at the table or looking at the graph, 70 to 80, our relative maximum is 1979. Yeah. And so in 1979, the energy consumption was at a high of 78.90. So we don't say that, you can say what year it happened, but it was, the answer, the maximum is 78.90. And that's BTUs. And then the relative minimum value from 1975 to 1985. $70.50. Now that wasn't the lowest overall, the 70.50, but that was the lowest overall in that little interval. So that's where that relative minimum comes from. The overall minimum obviously is the very smallest number there. The overall maximum is the very largest. But that's not what they're asking for in this case. They're just asking for that window of time. Okay? So get you guys your homework going here. Just a worksheet, just the one side. So make sure, feel free to ask if needed. Struggling with anything, I think the next couple of days might even have a few worksheets, so good, bad, or different, what we got.
Yeah. And if forever you forgot your worksheet at school and you're at home, just know you can always do things on Moodle
so you guys know, like, you don't have a printer at home or whatever. So those of you guys at home, if you're homesick ever and it's a worksheet, you can feel free to do it as loose leaf. Did I send enough back? You guys got them?